everyone, and welcome to Anime Los Angeles 2023. I'm here with special guest of honor, Kayleigh McKee.
Hi.
So, how are you doing today? How are you enjoying the con?
I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm doing pretty well. Obviously, there's a lot of people to talk to, so I'm trying to rest my voice. But I've been having a lot of fun. It's my first time here as a guest or otherwise.
Really?
Yeah.
Last year, as you may remember, Bridget exploded on Guilty Gear Strive, and then of course yourself you were also in Guilty Gear Strive as the voice of Testament. I want to hear a little bit to speak about that and your experiences voicing Testament.
Yeah, I love Testament and loved voicing them, and Guilty Gear has really made me feel very welcome and good, including these two characters that are in the trans umbrella and being unapologetic about it. Because
you've done also a video game called Smite, and that's also like an RPG game. Was that any different from that?
Yeah, so I've done Smite, I've done Hearthstone, I've done like Neo, The World Ends With You. A difference that I had with Guilty Gear, though, is the directors from Japan remoted in and were on Zoom and talking to us as I was being directed, and we were exploring options with the team from Japan. And that level of hands-on, it was just very cool, and I felt very honored. And the fact that they were able to kind of give their blessing and sign off was really, really interesting. I haven't had that with any other project.
Internet exploded with the whole pronouns between Testament and Bridget, calling them different things. So, there's a debate for some reason. Did you ever get to see the official statement on either Testament on their, where they stand in that spectrum?
Yeah, so like I said, I was talking to the folks there in Japan, and they just said, Testament is neither boy nor girl. We are referring to them androgynously and neutrally. They do not identify with either, and they are beyond gender. They said all of these things, and the English directors said, so for English, we are using they, them, and the Japanese director said, yes, that is exactly what you should be doing. So, I talked to them, and they confirmed, hey, this character is non-binary, they use they, them. And it's not a matter of, some people will be like, oh, but that's just for the Western audience. And it's just no. We haven't, if you think that America has the ability to, truly change that much of what Japan wants to do with their own characters, truly change, what Daisuke wants for his vision, we don't, this audience really doesn't have that ability. They did that because they think of these characters that way, and they wrote these characters that way.
A lot of people are saying, no, that's just the English localization. They're trying to appeal to the Westerners, basically.
Yeah, that's just not the case. Like I said, I got to talk to the team, and Daisuke himself put out a statement at one point for both characters, and it's just the way it is, People have to accept that America isn't the only place that trans people exist.
Did you ever get to meet, I'm blanking on her name, Kelly O'Hanian, the voice of Bridget?
I've not, no. I am friends with Evan, however, who does Nagori Yuki, and I'm friends with KG Tang. They're fantastic people, and I love them. I hang out with them all the time.
With that being said, you did not work with the cast in any way, shape, or form during the recording sessions. Is that right?
No. Most of the time for video games, you don't. You do separate sessions, and then if they want you to hear somebody, they will pull in their line. But otherwise, it's usually just you in there.
Much like dubbing anime as well.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because it's a Japanese video game. It's a lot like dubbing anime.
Have you played the game actually?
Yeah, I really like it.
Do you main as Testament?
Oh, of course I do. As if I had a choice,
right?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the FGC, the fighting game community, and I was very happy to be a part of it in that capacity. And I had to buy it. I had to play it. And of course I made Testament because I feel like it's an obligation.
Definitely. Yeah, I asked Kelly the same question, and she's like, yeah, definitely, Bridget.
Yeah.
Moving away from Guilty Gear Strive and going into your most recent work in Excuse the Language, but I think the title of that is Bastard, right? Is it?
One more time?
The what's it called? The Bastard. Is that the name of it? I'm
Bastard
sorry.
on Netflix.
I thought I butchered the name on that. I'm like, oh my god!
It's just Bastard! ! Exclamation point!
And there's like a second title to that, right? Like heavy metal something.
Yes, because it is a new a remake or a reimagining of an anime from the 80s.
Yes, Heavy Metal, which is also a American animation movie that was in the 80s as well.
Yeah,
I'm
not sure if they're connected,
they're not connected. But my mind went to that when I saw the title. I was like, "Is this like a anime? That's weird. I heard there's no news on it. Why is it not news?" So tell me about your character there.
Kai Harn. It's interesting because the joke with Kai in the first few episodes is that she seems boyish, and the main character thinks she's a guy at first. So they had me be very androgynous with her voice until she, like, her armor blows off and, like, you see her womanly form. And then they're like, okay, now move your voice a lot more feminine. And that was interesting. And it's also
kind of a Mulan move right there.
Yeah. And it was also the first time that I ever recorded some, let's just say, sounds, womanly sounds, that were, you know, a bit suggestive for some ever doing that for an anime. So that was a rite of passage, I suppose.
How was that?
It was interesting. They had already had me yelling a bunch in the like boyish persona first. So when they asked me to do that in that same session, I couldn't, and we came back next week to do it because after you scream so much, there's only so much high-pitched moans you can make. So that was interesting.
Mind you, this is not a 18+ title. This is more like a MA title. Right?
Yeah, it's MA. It's definitely mature, but it's not like XXX.
Right. It's not hentai.
Right. It is suggestive, not showy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you guys want to win this awesome autographed Shikishi board with a keychain of Testament, all you have to do is tell me who you made on Guilty Gear Strive in the comment section below. You'll be automatically entered to win this awesome Shikishi board signed by Kayleigh McKee, the voice of Testament. I'll see you guys later, and thank you so much for watching.